Howdy. This is how my YouTube looks at the moment. Hopefully it comes back once, but until then I just make another video. Which is again referring to the silverpit crater. I think I made earlier a video about that. Which is approximately here. Yeah, this doesn't work either. So let's zoom in like this. Silverpit crater, North Sea, approximately there. And I mentioned also Doggerland in the video I made about something else, I guess. I don't remember what it was. But anyway, Doggerland. And yes, it's Wikipedia again. And they say here, Doggerland was an area of land now submerged beneath the North Sea that connected Britain to the continental Europe. It was flooded by rising sea levels about 6,500 to 6,200 years BC. Sun cycles, anyone? Noah? The flooded land is known as the Dogger Littoral. The Geological Surveys have suggested that it stretched from what is now the east coast of Great Britain to what are now the Netherlands, the western coast of Germany, and the Danish peninsula of Jutland. It was probably a rich habitat with human habitation in the Mesolithic period. All through rising sea levels gradually reduced it to low-lying islands before its final submergence, possibly following a tsunami caused by the Storreka slide. Maybe I have to check this out once. Doggerland was named after the Dogger Bank, which in turn was named after the 17th century Dutch fishing boats called doggers. Here's a map. It's a little bit hard to grasp, but somewhat here would be England and somewhat here is now the coast, because we have the River Thames and the River Rhine and no internet connection. Yeah, there's a storm coming. That's maybe the reason why nothing works. But anyway, the existence of what is now known as Doggerland was established in the late 19th century by A.G. Wells, referred to the concept in a story of the Stone Age in 1897, which is set in a time when one might have walked Dry's from France, as we call it now, to England, and when a broad and sluggish Thames flowed through its marshes to meet its father Rhine, flowing through a wide and level country that is underwater in these latter days and which we know by the name of the North Sea. 50,000 years ago it was. 50,000 years if the reckoning of geologists is correct. Maybe it's not. Through most of the action seems to occur in what is now Surrey and Kent, but stretching out to Doggerland. Why I talk about Doggerland and Silverpit Crater again is because I was watching Windy. And yeah, finally it works. I think I have internet again. And the reason why I made this earlier video, there was a quake near this silverpit structure. Now let's go over here. Somewhere here is the Doggerland and the silverpit structure. Did you see it? Four hours and 34 minutes ago. There is this little blob. Now let's give it a second to load again. Whoop. Yes. Now if we go back in time, there is nothing there. for many, many hours. A little. There are actually some here, 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 and here. There are a few more. But anyway, if we go forward, all of a sudden we have this. And it disappears. Whoop. Whoop. Gone. Let's zoom out a little bit. Now you know where to look at. Now let's just roll it through. There is nothing going on afterwards, and basically nothing going on before that. Whoop, it went. Did you see it? So, another thing we have to notice is the time 4:37, approximately. 4:57. That's about, let's say, 5 hours ago. So now let's go over to the Volcano application and check it out. About 4 hours ago. 7:14. Approximately in the same place of where we had this radar thing. So in order to prove that it is approximate in the same location, I made this pin to screen thing, which means I had to sacrifice my logo. So this is time-wise and location-wise. I cannot draw on that. That's interesting. They are approximately at the same place and at the same time. This radar blob and the quake. But anyway, it sounds very interesting that the Thames and the River Rhine once met. Because, like we all know, now we have to switch to terrain. It's easier to see. For example, the River Rhine passes by the Lache Lake and Siebengebirge, Roderberg. Kaiserstuhl volcano and probably many other volcanoes which aren't on any map. So the question remains, is there any volcano in England? What is volcanism? But anyway, if you have seen my earlier videos about mountain water, white rivers, and glaciers, cryptodomes and such things, you can probably make your own conclusions of what I think about that. And I think it's interesting to have these kind of quakes in England. Unconfirmed, still unconfirmed. Yes, weekend, no one working. Or maybe it just doesn't fit into the paradigm of uniformitarianism. I don't know. Interesting times. I will put a link below to my mountain water playlist. There are a bunch of videos if you want to know more about that. And anyway, I think I leave it here. Thanks. Bye.